Hello, welcome to InSource Solutions Productions. My name is Louis Talley, Technical Solutions Architect, and today I'm going to walk you through how to set up application server AppEngine Redundancy from scratch. So what you're looking at now is an architectural diagram representing two object servers. So the hardware requirements are a secondary network connection, which in this image is labeled RMC, which stands for Redundancy Messaging Channel, and a primary LAN, which is what we would call the orchestra LAN. Now I'm using a cloud image and I've built these images from scratch, so I'm going to walk you through literally every step from building the Galaxy, setting up the network adapters and everything. So let's begin by setting up the preliminary IT things that we need to set up. So right now I'm looking at AOS 1. And we have to set the network adapters per the documentation. That's going to include setting the binding order and unregistering its connection in DNS. I'm going to set the orchestra network adapter, which is called ISS Network 0, above the binding order of RMC. Then I'm going to go into RMC. And I'm going to uncheck the setting for register this connection's address in DNS. Now to make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to go ahead and reboot this guy. And let's make the changes on the secondary image. Same as before. Set the appropriate binding order. And set the correct settings. And these are documented. Then I'll go through and reboot. Okay, so now we're back up, and the first thing I'm going to do is build a Galaxy. Okay, so now I'm in the IDE. And first thing I'm going to do is start by configuring my platforms. So I'm going to create an instance of each of those. And we'll just accept the default names for now. Now I'm going to configure them with the network addresses of both where the platform deploys and the redundancy messaging channel. I went ahead and got all the addresses to make this go a little quicker. But the redundancy messaging channel IP address goes right here. Now I'm going to configure the other platform. Okay, so we've configured the secondary platform with its local redundancy messaging channel IP address. We'll go ahead and save it. And the next thing to do would be create an app engine. Now, again, I'm not following best practices. I'm creating instances based off derived template, based off base level templates. You should create instances based off derived templates. This is where the hard part comes in. So in order to enable AppEngine Redundancy, we have to click a checkbox. Now I'm going to do one extra step before I check my engine back in, and I'm going to create a graphic just to make my life a little bit easier from a visualization perspective. So we'll create a graphic called Overview. And I'm going to drop one of the pre-built Wonderware graphics that has all of the relevant attributes associated with failover. AppEngine Redundancy Display. So we'll go ahead and save and close it. Now, when I check this engine back in, once I enable redundancy, the IDE creates another engine for me automatically. So I'll show you what that looks like when I check it back in. So the backup engine was created automatically for me. So to assign that to the appropriate platform, I simply drag and drop it. So I'll assign the primary on platform 1. The primary on platform 1 and the backup on platform 2. And now I'll go ahead and deploy everything out. Now, I'm not going to do a cascade deploy so I can talk about the various deployment settings within AppEngine Partner Redundancy. So for now, we'll just deploy each platform and come back to the engines. Okay, now we'll deploy the secondary platform. Again, I'm not going to cascade. Okay, that was successful. Now I'm going to deploy the engines one at a time just to talk explicitly about the differences in deployments. So let's deploy the primary engine. All right, it's deployed. I'm going to zoom in on the engine. So you'll notice the icon status overlays. They indicate that the primary engine is deployed, but its partner is not. So green, orange, orange, green. If you're looking down here at the backup, this indicates that the backup's not deployed and the partner is. I explicitly did it that way just to show you the differences in the icons. So I'll go ahead and deploy the partner. All right, everything deployed. Now let's visualize it in runtime. So I'm going to create a new derived template of a view app. We'll just accept all the defaults just so we can drop the graphic on the display. Create a new window. Now we'll go to embed an orchestra graphic. We'll browse to the instance of the engine, drop this on the screen, and put it in runtime. All right, so let's zoom in here so we can understand a little bit what's going on. So we see that when platform 1 is the primary, active app engine, when platform 2 is the backup, and its app engine is standby ready. So we can see some pertinent statistics below here, but I'm going to force a failover by clicking the force failover button. This will assume all the objects that are running on when platform 1 under that app engine that's active will fail over to when platform 2's standby engine. So we'll force the failover. Now what you're going to see is you're going to see the engines go through a synchronization process, and it all happens very quick. So now we've completely failed over everything, and we're running on when platform 2's backup engine, which is now active, and when platform 1 is standby ready. Hope you found this video to be helpful. How to configure redundancy in under 15 minutes. Thank you.